Marshall Way Network, Episode 2, A Lesson on Meaning and Purpose. We've all heard of the yin and yang symbol and the meaning kind of behind yin and yang. If you haven't, it's the opposite, the balance of opposites. It's the light and the darkness. It's the sun and the moon. It's happiness and sadness. It's love and war. So you get the idea. It's all of these different opposites and how they play out in the world. Without something's opposite, you don't have an appreciation and you can't have the other. It takes one to have the other. Well, in life, there is order and chaos. That's the ends of the spectrum. So we've got order over here, chaos over here. And what's in the middle? Because the ideal life strikes a good balance between order and chaos. And that spot in the middle is a life of meaning and purpose. That's what straddles the chasm between order and chaos. So if you focus on a life of meaning and purpose, you'll reach that balance point. You can straddle that without going too far into the chaos. You also don't want to go too far into order. If you always are in the orderly side, which you think that's the best part to be in, is to be all nice and tidy and orderly. If you stay there too long, what happens is that when the chaos and the storms hit your life, it throws you so far off balance it can send your whole life into a tailspin. So order and chaos, you want to straddle it. You want to stay right in the middle. That way, when the chaos hits, you don't fall too far off balance. And when the order is going on in your life, again, you're not going too far to the left, so you're staying in balance. So keep this concept in mind. So how do you find your meaning and purpose in your life? So I'm going to give you a series of questions that can really help you to narrow down how to have a life of meaning and purpose. So number one, what do you like to do? What are some things that you really, truly enjoy doing? What brings you joy and happiness? And how are you best serving other people? Think about ways in your current life where you have assisted others or taught somebody something or lifted someone up or just carried something, a heavy load or something for someone else. In those ways that you're serving, notice how you feel and see if that's an area that you can get more involved in and do more. Another thing, what are you curious about? When you're researching things online or when you are reading books or articles, what do you gravitate most towards? Are you constantly researching gardening, for example, or martial arts, for example? Then perhaps that's a direction that would bring you meaning and purpose if you were to do more of that in your life. And you can hear my chaos a little bit in the background with the parrots. So you probably hear some noises back there. These are parrots. That is Bonnie, the blue one, and Clyde, the green one. And that's chaos. That represents chaos. They're not happy because I'm talking and I'm not talking to them. And that keeps me in balance. What brings you to tears too? Because those things, although sad, it helps you to realize that there are certain problems that really affect you emotionally. And that could be a place where you find your purpose in solving those problems in the world. Another thing is what makes you laugh. Whatever it is that makes you laugh and just makes you feel really good, perhaps you need more of that in your life to have a more meaningful life. And then finally, what sort of people do you enjoy spending more time around? Who do you hang out with? Who do you lose track of time when you're talking to them? And who makes you feel like, wow, I can't believe that anytime I pick up the phone, it's just like where we left off before, or anytime we meet, it's just like we're right back to where we were. We don't have to revisit old things. We just fit right back together. Those are your people, and think about the types of things that they do and the things you do together, because perhaps therein lies your meaning and purpose. So meaning and purpose is the place where you are guided by love and truth, specifically your love and your truth. What's my truth and what's your truth are completely different things. Think about that for a minute. We all have people in our life who say, oh, you should do this, or you shouldn't do that. You should become this, or you should have this type of job. I know that they're well-meaning, but not everyone's truth is the same. Everyone is different. So what is meaningful and purposeful for you is not going to be the same for others. So really go introspective and listen to your heart, listen to the things that you enjoy, and do that instead. And then finally, do what is meaningful and not expedient. And if you're not familiar with the term expedient means a means of attaining an end, especially one that is convenient, but not necessarily moral. So it might be considered improper or immoral. Okay, so don't be expedient. Instead, try to be meaningful and purposeful in everything that you do in your life, and you'll find that you'll be in balance, you'll have more serenity in your life, less chaos, and you'll feel like $1,000,000. Check back next time. We'll be doing these weekly for our lesson of the week in the martial arts. Take care.